Welcome to Captivating Home, your cozy corner for enchanting home inspiration. Today, we're diving into the world of cottagecore aesthetic and how you can transform your tiny English cottage home using upcycled furniture. Imagine a home filled with vintage charm, soft pastels, and rustic wooden touches, all without breaking the bank. Whether you're decorating a tiny bedroom, a snug living space, or a compact kitchen, this guide will help you create the perfect cozy retreat with sustainable, DIY furniture. If you love home decor, upcycling furniture, and embracing the warm, nostalgic feel of cottagecore, make sure to subscribe to Captivating Home. We bring you the best inspiration for turning small spaces into storybook-worthy sanctuaries. Hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and let's create a dreamy, rustic cottage together. Now, let's begin with the heart of the home, the living room. One, upcycling for a cozy cottagecore living room. The living room is the heart of any cottage, and even in a tiny space, it can exude warmth and vintage charm. Upcycling an old wooden coffee table with chalk paint and floral decoupage adds a whimsical touch. Vintage suitcases stacked as a rustic side table offer both function and character. Soft, worn-in furniture can be refreshed with lace or floral slipcovers, giving an instant cottagecore vibe without purchasing new pieces. Small living rooms benefit from multi-purpose furniture. An old wooden bookshelf can be repurposed into a window seat with built-in storage, perfect for a reading nook. Hand-painted wooden crates serve as modular shelves, keeping the space airy while showcasing antique books, dried flowers, and cozy candles. Mixing textures like wool throws, embroidered cushions, and faded linens enhances the lived-in feel, making your tiny living room both functional and magical. 2. A tiny cottagecore kitchen with upcycled charm. A small kitchen can still embrace cottagecore warmth with the right upcycling tricks. An old farmhouse table can be sanded and whitewashed to create a rustic kitchen island. Repurposing vintage tea tins into herb planters adds greenery while staying true to the quaint countryside feel. An antique wooden ladder can be hung from the ceiling as a pot rack, offering a charming, space-saving solution. Open shelving, made from salvaged wood, instantly adds country charm to a tiny kitchen. Displaying mismatched vintage china, glass jars filled with pantry essentials, and woven baskets brings an old-world aesthetic while keeping things practical. Even an aged wooden door can be transformed into a foldable breakfast bar, making the most of limited space. The goal is to balance function and aesthetics, ensuring your kitchen remains both efficient and enchanting. Three, Cottagecore bedroom bliss in a small space. A small bedroom can feel like a storybook retreat with carefully chosen upcycled pieces. A repurposed wooden headboard, painted in soft pastels or adorned with floral carvings, can become the centerpiece of a cottagecore dreamscape. An old ladder serves as a bedside organizer, perfect for hanging fairy lights, dried flowers, or fabric pouches filled with lavender. Even a vintage suitcase can be turned into a quaint under-bed storage box. Soft lighting and delicate details complete the look. Upcycling mason jars into bedside lanterns creates a warm, romantic glow. A worn-out wooden chair can be transformed into a charming vanity stool, paired with a distressed mirror frame. Layering crochet blankets, floral quilts, and embroidered pillows makes the space feel inviting and cozy, proving that even the smallest bedrooms can radiate cottagecore magic. 4. A whimsical cottagecore bathroom with upcycled elements. Even the tiniest bathroom can embrace cottagecore elegance with upcycled decor. A vintage ladder shelf, whitewashed and leaned against the wall, can hold rolled-up towels, scented candles, and tiny potted plants. An antique wooden frame turned into a bathroom mirror adds an old-world touch, while glass jars with handmade labels create a charming way to store toiletries like bath salts and cotton swab. For a personal touch, an old wooden crate can be mounted on the wall as a rustic storage cubby. A repurposed enamel pitcher makes a quaint vase for dried lavender, bringing a natural, soothing scent into the space. Even a vintage wooden stool, slightly distressed, can be repainted and used as a bathtub caddy for books, candles, and tea, turning an ordinary bath into a cottage-inspired escape. 5. The cottagecore style touches for every tiny corner. Beyond individual rooms, every tiny corner of your home can be infused with cottagecore charm through upcycling. A weathered wooden window frame can be transformed into a whimsical photo display, draped with dried flowers or fairy lights. Even an old bicycle basket can be repurposed into a hanging storage solution for entryway essentials like scarves, gloves, or fresh flowers. The beauty of cottagecore decor lies in its simplicity and sustainability. Whether it's hand painting a forgotten chair, sewing DIY cushion covers, or breathing new life into thrifted treasures, every detail adds to the nostalgic and cozy ambience. Remember, your home should tell a story of comfort and charm. Let me know in the comments which upcycling idea you love the most. Don't forget to subscribe for more cozy home inspirations. Until next time, stay enchanted. Six. Creating a cottagecore-inspired entryway with upcycled elements. The entryway is the first impression of your tiny English cottage, and even in a small space, it can radiate warmth and charm with the right upcycled touches. A repurposed wooden bench from an old table or door makes the perfect cozy seating spot. Add woven baskets underneath for shoe storage and drape a handmade crochet blanket over the back for a welcoming feel. A vintage coat rack from an old ladder rung or reclaimed wood adds rustic charm while keeping the area functional. Upcycling an old cabinet drawer into a floating shelf provides a space-saving solution for keys and decorative trinkets. A vintage mirror with a distressed frame can reflect natural light, making the space feel bigger and brighter. Hanging dried flowers, a DIY welcome sign painted on reclaimed wood, and a few antique candle holders complete the quaint, cottagecore aesthetic. A charming entryway sets the tone for the cozy retreat that awaits inside. Seven. Transforming tiny dining spaces with cottagecore upcycling. Even the smallest dining areas can be transformed into a cottagecore haven with thoughtful upcycling. A repurposed sewing machine table can serve as a rustic dining table for two, while mismatched vintage wooden chairs, painted in soft pastel shades, add to the whimsical charm. An old wooden crate mounted on the wall creates a quaint floating shelf to display ceramic dishes, lace napkins, and wildflower arrangements. Instead of bulky furniture, consider an upcycled drop-leaf table, allowing flexibility in small spaces. A handmade table runner from thrifted linen adds texture, while upcycled glass bottles can serve as candle holders for a dreamy, candlelit atmosphere. A repurposed wooden shutter, mounted as a menu board or used to hang dried herbs, completes the look, making even the tiniest dining nook feel like a charming countryside cafe. A cozy cottagecore workspace in a tiny home. Even the smallest home deserves a cozy and inspiring workspace. Upcycling an old wooden desk by sanding and whitewashing it creates the perfect cottagecore writing nook. Pair it with a vintage wooden chair, softened with a hand-knitted seat cushion to enhance comfort. An upcycled window frame, repurposed as a mood board, can be adorned with pressed flowers, handwritten notes, and lace to add a personal touch. Storage solutions can be creative and aesthetic. Use stacked vintage suitcases as an alternative to drawers, offering both storage and charm. Old wooden crates turned into bookshelves can keep your favorite reads and journals within reach. A repurposed glass jar lamp, wrapped with twine or lace, adds a warm glow, making your tiny workspace feel like a magical writing retreat. Working from home has never felt so enchanting. Outdoor cottagecore spaces, upcycling for balconies and tiny gardens. Cottagecore charm isn't just for the indoors, it extends to tiny balconies and small gardens too. An old wooden ladder, upcycled into a tiered plant stand, brings life to even the smallest outdoor spaces. Repurposing wooden pallets into a cozy bench with handmade cushions makes a dreamy sitting area. An upcycled birdcage can be transformed into a hanging planter, adding to the fairy tale aesthetic. Light up the space with DIY lanterns made from recycled mason jars, filled with fairy lights or candles. A repurposed watering can serve as a unique herb garden, hanging from a rustic wooden frame. Even an old wooden drawer can be mounted to the wall as a mini vertical garden. Every little corner, no matter how small, can be turned into a serene countryside escape with upcycled treasures. Bringing cottagecore to life, upcycling for seasonal decor. The beauty of cottagecore aesthetics is that it evolves with the seasons. For spring, repurpose old wooden crates as floral centerpieces filled with wildflowers. In summer, thrifted wicker baskets can hold freshly picked herbs and fruit, while upcycled glass bottles can be turned into vases for sunflowers. An old door panel, painted with a seasonal quote, makes a charming seasonal statement piece. As autumn approaches, upcycled wooden candlesticks, paired with hand-sewn linen napkins, create a cozy rustic dining vibe. For winter, transform vintage teacups into DIY candle holders for a soft, warm glow. Even reclaimed wooden planks can be turned into festive signs or rustic advent calendars. With upcycling, every season brings a new opportunity to enhance your tiny cottage with sustainable, nostalgic charm. The charm of upcycled cottagecore lighting. Lighting plays a crucial role in setting the cottagecore ambience, and upcycled fixtures bring a unique, nostalgic charm. A vintage birdcage can be repurposed into a whimsical chandelier, lined with fairy lights or Edison bulbs for a warm glow. An old mason jar, wrapped in lace or twine, makes the perfect DIY lantern, adding a soft, romantic touch to any corner of your tiny cottage home. Candlelight is another cottagecore essential, and upcycled candle holders can enhance the magic. A thrifted teacup, filled with soy wax and a wick, becomes a delightful accent for your bedside or dining table. Repurposing old wooden corbels into wall-mounted sconces can provide charming illumination while maintaining the rustic aesthetic. With a few creative touches, your lighting can truly transform your cozy English cottage into a fairy tale retreat. DIY cottagecore textiles, upcycling for cozy comfort. No cottagecore home is complete without soft, layered textiles, and upcycling old fabrics can create charming and sustainable decor. A worn-out bedsheet can be transformed into hand-sewn curtains with delicate ruffled edges. Old knitted sweaters can be repurposed into cushioned covers, adding warmth and texture to your furniture. Even a lace tablecloth from a thrift store can be used as an elegant bohemian bed canopy. Patchwork quilts, made from vintage fabric scraps, tell a story while keeping you cozy during chilly evenings. A thrifted wool blanket, naturally dyed with herbs or tea, adds a rustic, lived-in feel. Don't forget the magic of hand-stitched embroidery. An old linen napkin can be transformed into a beautiful wall hanging with floral or botanical designs. These small, thoughtful details make your tiny cottage home feel like a nostalgic countryside escape. Upcycled storage solutions for a tiny cottagecore home. Storage in a tiny cottage doesn't have to be purely functional, it can also be beautifully aesthetic with upcycled solutions. Vintage wooden crates, stacked on top of each other, create rustic open shelving for books, linens, or kitchen essentials. A repurposed dresser drawer, attached to the wall, serves as a charming floating shelf for displaying delicate porcelain teacups or handmade candles. Don't let hidden storage opportunities go to waste. An old wooden trunk can be placed at the foot of the bed for storing seasonal blankets, while doubling as a cozy reading bench. Even a salvaged wooden ladder can be mounted horizontally to hold hanging baskets or woven storage bins. Every tiny space in your cottagecore-inspired home can be used creatively without sacrificing charm. Upcycling for a cottagecore-inspired children's room. If you're decorating a tiny child's bedroom, upcycling furniture can create an enchanted, whimsical space. A vintage wooden rocking chair, repainted in soft pastels, provides a perfect reading nook. An old wooden cradle can be transformed into a cozy doll bed with hand-stitched linens. Repurposed wooden crates can serve as storybook shelves, displaying a collection of fairy tales and bedtime stories. Magical lighting is essential for a storybook feel. Upcycled glass jars, filled with twinkling fairy lights, can be turned into DIY night lights. A thrifted wooden frame, fitted with chicken wire, becomes an adorable display board for tiny artworks or pressed flowers. Adding handmade fabric bunting, sewn from vintage fabric scraps, completes the cozy, playful charm of a cottagecore-inspired child's retreat. Upcycling vintage finds for a personal cottagecore touch. The key to a cottagecore home is personalization. Upcycling one-of-a-kind vintage finds can make your space feel truly special. An old typewriter, polished and displayed on a writing desk, adds literary charm. A rusty watering can, painted and repurposed as a wildflower vase, brings the outdoors inside. Even a weathered wooden door, mounted as a headboard, becomes a rustic statement piece in your bedroom. Sentimental decor makes your tiny English cottage feel even more nostalgic. Turn old family recipe cards into framed wall art, or repurpose heirloom fabrics into patchwork pillows. A thrifted wooden frame can be transformed into a memory board for hanging handwritten notes, vintage postcards, or dried flowers. These personal, meaningful touches are what truly bring cottagecore magic to life. (16) Upcycling cottagecore-inspired decor for a seasonal porch. Whether you have a tiny front porch, a patio, or a small entryway, upcycling can help create a cozy cottagecore-inspired outdoor retreat. An old wooden bench, refreshed with soft floral cushions, becomes the perfect seating nook for sipping tea and enjoying the fresh air. A repurposed wooden door, leaned against the wall, can be turned into a decorative seasonal backdrop, adorned with garlands of dried flowers or twinkling fairy lights for year-round charm. Every season brings an opportunity for cottagecore-inspired upcycling. In spring, a rusty wheelbarrow can be turned into a wildflower planter. For autumn, an old wooden crate stacked with pumpkins and candles sets the perfect cozy scene. Repurpose vintage watering cans as lantern holders in winter, and use thrifted wicker baskets to store blankets for chilly outdoor evenings. No matter the time of year, upcycling adds a personal, nostalgic touch to your cottage-style porch. Conclusion: your dream cottagecore home awaits. That wraps up our journey into the cottagecore aesthetic with upcycled furniture for a cozy, tiny English cottage home. As we've explored, upcycling allows you to create charming, sustainable decor while embracing the nostalgic beauty of simpler times. Whether you're revamping an old dresser, turning crates into bookshelves, or sewing DIY cushions, every detail adds to the warm and inviting atmosphere of your cottage retreat. Which upcycling idea was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of Captivating Home. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, keep creating your dreamy, cozy cottagecore sanctuary. See you soon.